ReUpAlex.
It's your boy BeMo.
It's the ReUp podcast. Yeah, season 1 finale. Malik Dope here.
Yeah. Hey, Malik Dope, the ReUp. I brung the dope to the ReUp, so they ain't gotta ReUp no more, cause it's that dope that's everlasting. You gonna be high for eons and eons. You know what I'm saying? Neon guts glowing. You know what I'm saying? But shout out my guys, man. Appreciate them. DMV shit.
Finale.
Yeah.
The ReUp.
The ReUp, man. It's only been 6 months since we had this podcast start, so it's crazy.
It's not crazy.
Yeah?
It's
You don't
not
think
crazy.
so?
I told you crazy in our last episode. That was crazy. This is to be expected. You know what I mean? You put in the work.
We put in the work.
No, you did it. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. You know what's going on around here. You put in the work. We had the season finale. It's lovely.
We're here. Well, yeah, man. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for being a part of this, man.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
ReUp, and I'm the dope guy. I got the good dope for y'all.
Yeah, I was saying the last time I saw you was something in the water in DC. That was when we met, actually.
Yeah, for real.
And then, hit you up, and first thing you said was you were just talking about BeMo, how y'all go back.
Way back.
Yeah, way back. Howard.
Back.
He's actually seen me. You was the voice of our band when we would march out to the 50 and all that. I don't know what you call that.
The voice.
Because you was
MC.
just like, maybe
You're talking marching
maybe you was
band
hitting the
or-
job.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We met at Howard University marching band. So,
okay.
We went crazy there. And, bro, seen my whole rise. Because 2012, I started, but 2013 really started popping off with it. And you seen my whole rise, bro.
It's crazy, bro. When he said that, I was like, I've known you your whole adult life.
It's been 10 years. 11 years.
11 years.
Give me one.
Come on. You know what I want to know?
What's up?
You want to know? Look back on your 11-year-ago self.
Oh, yeah.
Give him some advice. But don't change his life. Just give him like, hey, bro, stand over there. Or start the drums earlier. Go ahead.
It's just like, bruh, keep doing you, but listen a little more, watch a little more. Because when you met me, I'm from Leroy. I'm from around the way. I'm from that hood. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know you was from Detroit, though.
Yeah, I'm from First and Adams Street, Leroy. I went to Gage Eckington, where the park was at, by Slow and Carver.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it used to be a school called Gage Eckington. Yeah, I went to that jump.
So what specific part of DC would you say is that?
That's like northwest by
That's
Howard.
Okay, yeah, right by Howard.
Right by
yeah,
Howard,
yeah.
First and Adams Street.
Okay, so I've noticed something with painters that's the same thing that I've noticed with drummers specifically. Okay. If you give an artist, you put an artist in front of me, you put a pencil and a piece of paper, no matter what type of visual artist is, they just going to get to sketching. Same thing with a drummer. If you put 2 sticks and a solid something in front of him, it's going to be some tap taps going on.
Yes.
When did you know? When did you know that you were a drummer? When did you first start the taps?
Damn. I gotta give it to so I grew up Rastafarian in a Rastafarian background, and I also come from the Conquerant African drum and dance background. Remember the African drummers I used to be in the basement of Howard?
Yes,
Hassan?
I do. Yeah,
I come like from that. I was a little ass kid running around. My mom was a dancer in that joint, and my father been a Ras, and all that stuff, right? And then so I always been around it. And then 6 years old, my cousins got me a drum set, a Pearl Performance Series drum set, and I wasn't really fucking with it then. I remember me and my sister, we would just play, this is weird as shit, but we would just get on the drums and play Shut Your Fucking Face, I'll Go Fuck Out. For South Park, I don't know, this is so random. We just and it's doing that, but I ain't never really fuck with it then. But then 12 years old, go-go music. Go-go. Everybody was cool in their parents' basement, go-go band, playing the bollies, doing it, boom, boom. My man's Tyrell Willis Holland.
Yeah.
Cranked that drum set in my grandma's basement. I was like, get my fucking drums. No, but he killed it. And I was like, yo, that sounds cool. He looks cool. He's free. I want to be like that.
And you were 12 in what year? Just to give me a little reference.
I'm 30. I'll be 32 now. So that was 20 years ago. So yeah, I was
2004.
2004, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And go-go, was popping.
Of course, yes.
Like popping, bounce beat. Boom. Yeah. So that was when I was doing it. Now, when I feel like I got something going on was around 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? That was when, because I was in my first successful go-go band called Future Legends Band. You know, and I was in high school, grades failing, coming to school at like 5 a.m. sometimes, because we'd be in go-go till then. My mom picked me up. She used to work at an overnight law firm job, Cleary Gottlieb in Georgetown. You know what I'm saying? So she would pick me up from the CFE.
Right.
She picked me up from G's nightclub. I wasn't supposed to be in there with the motherfuckers.
At 16? But you successful as a go-go band, though.
Yeah, we was doing our thing.
Bro, I'm so interested right now. I'm so intrigued right now.
It's a lot.
When I was a host of Funk Parade 2-3 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I was standing outside. We were on outside of Lee's Flower Shop, right? Hosting the show. And I asked the audience, I was like, yo, where are the young go-go bands at? Where are the 15, 16-year-olds who are out here in their basements at the school at 5 o'clock in the morning, to your point, who's still chopping it? To me, that is an indication that the genre is still going. But then recently I did see a 17-year-old go-go band based out of Southeast. So I'm so curious because like you come from...
I come from that root of that for sure. When it was hot, when everybody, ABM, AAO, TOB... I was a background drummer in TOB before, in UEB. You know what I'm saying? All the BBBs.
All the B's, baby.
What was like the way that you got introduced to go-go music? Because I feel like so many people have so many different stories, and I guess another part of that would be like, what was maybe some of the first go-go music that you heard?
It was, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the first go-go band I heard. What made me like go-go was Backyard Band, Faking Like.
Of course.
Because
classic.
I was on my young shit. You know, so the sockets and boom, that's the old school style. I wasn't really rocking with that then because I'm on my damn sugar rush. I need to.
I want to go.
Yeah.
So Faking Like, when I was like, yo, y'all cranking. Then my mom took me to a Go-Go Awards back then. It was in somewhere, Constitution Hall or something.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I saw like Belladonna, I saw CCB and all that. That's when CCB roll call, all that.
You remember Go-Go Mike?
Oh, Go-Go Mike
exclusive.
that was,
yeah.
That was the shit. You know what I'm
saying?
See, I'm not from
I'm a bounce
here,
beat baby.
So I get so jealous. Especially you talking about like 04. I came here in 07. And you know the Howard thing. At Howard, they tell us the students, don't fuck with the locals. Don't go over there.
Exactly.
Don't be from DC. So it took me 5 years. I had to leave DC and come back.
You know the history of rap with DC used to be some Bama shit to us. The go-go, because you know go-go is almost like a little bit older than hip-hop. I'm talking 1975, 77.
Hip-hop is very new.
Come on, Chuck. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hip-hop is very new.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So rap, that's the New York niggas. MCing, you know what I'm saying? That's the New York, you know that Bama shit. They calling that Bama shit back then. Don't hear from me. Ask the OGs. You know what I'm saying?
You are the last voice of the OGs. I'm hearing
we
it.
the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
we kind of have a hating culture in DC for a while too.
Yeah.
Or at least I wouldn't say hating, but like
no, we just kept our thing and our thing. The gatekeeping of what we have.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And
you know, go-go started when the bucket drums on the corners and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They was playing whatever they could find. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that vibe. So Chuck Brown, he added a different novelty to it with like coming from that funk era and then adding horns and and then just the type of drums that came later because must have had a budget now, so they kind of they having congas and shit and they having timbali, so that's that Latin, that's that African, that's that. It's still tribe, but it's also getting funkified at the same time. So
because that's the flavor though. We got the African, and then we got this experience that we've been over here for the last 500-600 years. Yeah. And when they merge, you get stuff.
It's preordained to be modernized. Like it's just going to be. It's like just preordained. It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing something cool like that, you just start doing shit.
America's Got Talent.
Oh yeah.
What is it like being on the other side of that? Like, and for the listeners and the watchers, Malik Dope has been on so many cool and like the best parts of America's Got Talent, and has been the prominent person who's changing things up. Because I mean, growing up, America's Got Talent, it's like something you put on. You're eating dinner with, the yeah, this is good. But to have some real culture, especially representation of DC in this whole experience, the way that you took go-go and what you do and drumming and the styles and the sounds and the feelings and thoughts of the DMV and put them on national television. Like,
you did.
Crazy. So,
Sankofa.
Yeah.
First of all, that's Sankofa.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Don't forget
That's my
home.
ass.
Come back home. So, yeah, when I got on the America's Got Talent vibe, I'm like, duh, put me in the game, coach. I've been on been on the bench of whatever. Like, put me in. When I used to street perform, I would imagine myself on the biggest stages. Right when I'm on that corner, I'm like, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes I tell, because I'm in Gallery, play street performing. I'm young as I try to roll up with smoking. I'm like, bro, do you see me perform right here? You in my stage? Would you come in to somebody's whole stage and just light a J and be talking like, yeah, man, good, darling. Boom, move, bro.
Right.
I'm on my stage right now. So I belonged on that type of on national television. I belong in those platforms because I earned it. I'm just speaking off meritocracy of the people can speak for me as well. You know what I'm saying? But to get that opportunity, it was a blessing. It was during the pandemic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I had just canceled my lease because all my gigs was canceling because the pandemic was happening. So I was literally actually living in the hotel at Universal Studios. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nigga, I gotta keep killing this show because I gotta go back and live with moms or something. Yeah, so I'm living in this hotel right now.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So no, but it was like real. It was lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just the backside. I like to give context, like some real shit. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
no better time than literally needing to make art to feed and clothe yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I get to manage art to feed and clothe myself, and that's really rewarding. But I always tell people, it's like, I don't make music or none of that. I can never understand how the artist actually feels.
It's like Squid Games with your survival.
Yeah, exactly.
Internal Squid Games.
I love to hear those real stories of somebody, because I mean, and I'll let you get back to it, but it's like, if you can't quit your job and try to make money off art for at least a few months, then
and I've been full-time since 2013, since you met me.
That's respect.
You know what I'm saying? Sure I quit my job, Home Depot overnight stock. You know what I'm saying? PG Mall right there, right up the street. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, we're around the area we're around. I done grew up around this whole area. I'm talking about I lost my virginity up the streets.
So you're living in the hotel. You're playing the drums.
Oh yeah. On the show. Yeah. So I'm just killing it, and like, my phone blowing up. Think about it's so much things happening at once. On the show. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I make it to the next round. They already giving me the next contract. I'm like, God damn. Luckily, I had a lawyer. Like, when you get on any of these shows, whoever's watching, when you get on any of these productions, you need to make sure because they'll feed off if you ain't got nobody that's going to have your back. You don't got no lawyer. You ain't got no uncle, aunt that's going to look at your shit.
Lawyer's your best asset.
You got to have some people with your shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I had, a lawyer, shout out L'Oreal Rock from Howard University, you know what I'm saying? She looked over my joint, looked over all my provisions, and she let her mentor Bob Celestine. If you ever heard of Bob Celestine, top lawyer, he done signed like A Boogie with the Hoogie, he done signed 6ix9ine, all types of things, you know what I'm saying, with that stuff. So, yeah, man. So, I had a lot of blessings happening because, like, you make it past the show, they already give you the next contract, bro. I'm talking about everybody like, oh, you killed it. My phone going crazy, 100 on the comments, DMs going crazy. And then, hey, sign this next. I'm like,
wait, what is this?
I didn't even take a shower yet. Right. I got to wash the last production off.
Right.
So it was a blessing, and it was just like showing me showbiz of like, you know what I'm saying? You get 90 seconds to kill it. You know what I'm saying? That could seem longer, you know what I'm saying? It's on some string theory with that shit. You know what I'm saying? It seems longer right there, when you on TV, but it's 90 seconds. So that made me as an artist know how to tee up and write in that short amount of time.
You think that your like time street performing definitely helped you with like being able to capture that audience really quickly? Yeah,
because the sociology of the street performance is you can really feel when people is like, and then remember it's contingent upon the dollar that they're gonna give you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying as well. Like,
true.
You know what I'm saying? Like they literally going to. You're not gonna get the dollars,
right?
If you're not entertaining in the attention span of an average human, which could be 90 seconds, or really.
Can you feel that, like in studio? Can you feel like the people like, I don't know if I. No, you can't. It's too bright.
Nah, because in the studio, this is during the pandemic. So after the the only time I saw a lot of people was the first episode when I went on there. And by the way, I got to be on the first block of the first episode.
Right.
So that's prime time. Remember, there's a lot of ratings going. Everybody's in the house.
I was just watching the show with his dad at the dinner table.
Yeah. That's really how it is.
So So, but everybody in the pandemic, everybody's in at home.
Right.
So their ratings were some of the top
This is
ratings
like the
ever
bubble
in the world.
of, game show competition.
Yeah.
Like NBA bubble type.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know what I'm saying? So I got to be on the first thing. I didn't get montage, because if you get montage, it's like they don't show your whole.
Yeah, it's like, oh, and he made it to the next round.
Yeah, what-
No,
right.
you won't even make it. You just like being a little
It's
blip
like
of a commercial. or
B-roll,
something.
yeah.
Yes. I ain't get B-roll. That my whole
interesting.
shit. Cause I was
Yeah.
And I had like say so over my show. I created all the
Oh,
ideas.
see, yeah, that's what I was
You know
going to
what I'm
ask,
saying?
because like the shows that you did, I mean, there was even that one with like the whole the cityscape.
Yeah.
And so that's your ideas that they allow you to.
It's a collaboration. Because sometimes you can go into any production. I'm just talking Hollywood shit. You know what I'm saying? They'll hurt your feelings, bro. If you don't know how to stand up for yourself and have a great idea, they'll hurt your feelings, bro. There's some people, they'll cultural appropriate your shit. They'll do whatever just to sell some fucking ratings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about you like that.
I want
It's
to go there.
show business.
I want to go there.
What you
I
got?
want to go there because I've been watching you, of course, since 2013.
Yeah.
And I know that the style of drumming that you do is very particular to HBCU culture and very like I would call it like post HBCU culture, right?
Yeah.
So like you do the thing on the field, you're part of the band, one sound, all that shit.
Right.
But when you by yourself, you got to entertain on a different level, right?
Right.
So I've seen you, my homeboy Kieran, who's out in Japan. So I know the style. So I've seen him do the Universal Studio thing out in Japan. But as much as I've seen him drum, you do something different.
Yeah, because on that bottom, that's DC, that's beat your feet
It
style.
is.
And then I started taking, because my style of this drum and dance sequences is called Waywork. I named it a name, Waywork.
Who named it?
I named it.
Okay,
you know
let's
what I'm
keep
saying?
going that way.
Waywork, because
Yeah, yeah.
you see a lot of drummers doing it. And, I created another sub economy for drumming, for percussive expression.
Yes, you did.
You know what I'm saying? Which is, almost in my first company, Definition of Percussion Entertainment, own trademark for that and everything.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? That's Definition of Percussion
Trademark.
Entertainment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Waywork, is a part of that. I just started like beating my feet while doing 16 notes. And I'm like, oh, this sounds like a thing. And then I'm doing it to whatever song. And I started making my own choreo with it and all that.
Exactly.
Infusing.
And when you say beating your feet, I mean, I could butcher this, but it's, I would say the quintessential dance that would go along with enjoying go-go music, or the bounce beat, or a range of beats that go along with go-go music. And it's DC, it's enjoyment, it's an expression of catching that rhythm.
And this is cultural, bro. This is
Right.
the, you know what I'm saying? The
Waywork.
The tribes in Africa and all. I'm just an Americanized sub particle
Exactly.
of what's already ancestrally from us, bro.
You just again, like same thing with go-go.
This
It's
is jazz. This
it's
is
that
everything.
jazz. It's blues.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
R&B. But I'm going to keep going down the
Yeah,
path.
go ahead.
So we got the Waywork. I know it's you. I know it when I see it.
Yeah.
But then I see this thing on Fortnite.
Oh my God.
Not you.
Yeah.
You just talked about how Hollywood will snatch your soul.
So that was
no, because when I saw the story, bro, I talked it out on my show. I didn't shed a tear. No bullshit. I was like, what? They Alfonso Ribeiro'd you? They Carlton you, dog? Talk to me about it.
So yeah, the Fortnite thing that
Talk to me.
came from so in life, I don't know, this is probably something in the Bible about it, something in some thing about somewhere. You know what I'm saying? The Bible got like everything in it, right?
Yeah.
But you gotta watch who you like teach. Cause they'll paying homage, is something that people don't have to do. You know what I'm saying? People don't have to pay homage.
Right.
It's like unenforceable.
People also don't have to be empathetic.
Nah,
That's
so
like something you learn in practice.
you gotta watch who you get a sauce to, because then they'll act like you ain't, serve up that recipe to them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? This goes for anybody, anywhere, in any industry of anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's a young cats. They were called A1 Chops. One particular named Timothy Fletcher, the drummer that I gave the some of the sauce to. Showed him how to market himself, showed him all type of stuff, but he put a bureaucratic move on me before the Fortnite. He act like I didn't exist.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that could be kryptonite maybe to him.
Yeah.
Because if it's an insecurity that he has, so you don't want to say where he got the sauce from. You know what I'm
Right.
saying, in that way. But Fortnite had used one of his videos from Instagram.
Okay.
And basically emotitized, whatever the plural word for that is, and did that. Mind you, I had a mental breakdown over that. I'll healthily say it, you know what I'm saying? Because I put my all into this shit.
But okay, so you the breakdown. But now you're here healthily.
Oh, yeah.
Because what I'm learning as I turn 35 is like injustice happens.
Why does this practice alchemy, bro? This is all just alchemy, bro. That's all it is. Like, it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
It is happening again. Like, it's not just him. It's them other youngsters. Like, that's the street side. You can't let that street side, because in business, you can't. I Will Smithed out a little bit.
Just a little bit. We're talking about the recovery from the situation and how you get back to the way work, how you got back to
it's just keeping it going, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, I got my signature drumsticks right here. They came out in 2021, and then I re-released them again with the #1 drumstick company, Vic Firth. I'm the only melanated and percussionist from the DMV area to have their own marching drumstick. I made Black History, and I just made history. You know what I'm saying? Marching drumstick. There's been, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the late, great Aaron Spears. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Usher's drummer, and just a drummer from here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got my Jones. You know what I'm saying? Even, here's the thing. My cousin is one of the highest paid drummers in the world. You know who my cousin is?
Your cousin.
The drummer for Dave Matthews Band.
Really?
Oh, shit.
Carter Buford.
Damn.
The drummer for Dave Matthews Band. And I've been my whole life trying to meet this guy.
He's locked in with DJ Harrison.
Oh, nice.
Well, yeah, Charlottesville.
Yeah, Charlottesville. That's where a lot of my family from. Charlottesville, from
that's really
Lynchburg,
interesting.
from motherfucking Palmyra.
Yeah,
from that's Sticks.
Yeah, that entire band created so much business for just Charlottesville, Virginia. They have one of the largest artist management companies in the entire country, Red Light Management, all out of Charlotte, from the person who discovered Dave Matthews Band, and they manage all kinds of genres. They're also members. I don't want to paraphrase it or nothing or butcher it, but they're members who play at small bars all the time, and that's why I mentioned DJ Harrison. He plays with a few of the members of Dave Matthews Band on different nights in Charlottesville. So that's crazy.
And I've been trying to meet my cousin.
Yeah,
haven't met him yet. One time I got close to the gates of his mansion.
And Charlottesville ain't really nothing you gotta visit.
Got to his concert last year. He left. Went on a tour last year, and the bus driver that was our tour, we were in a fat, crazy tour bus too. Fat joint, like the thick. One of them jumps you see on YouTube. The jump that go out like, when you know what I'm saying. That's his bus driver.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, it's just taunting me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I could just say, just shout out to Carter Buford. He's one of the only men I ever wanted to be like in life. And then he had his own Vic Firth stick. I got my own Vic Firth stick.
So like, how did the Vic Firth thing come together? Like, how does someone do that?
Doing America's Got Talent.
Oh, nice.
All these companies, they try to sign a boy. Signed with Vic Firth after I got off the show America's Got Talent. They eliminated me or whatever. Put me on a little 90-day hold. You know what I'm saying? You can't announce no shit until 90 days after show over.
Right.
Already signed with them. We already got the sticks woo in the cut. Next thing you know, I'm like, boom. Hey, y'all, with Vic Firth. Boom, boom. Yeah, I'm now not with Vic Firth now because I had to go my own route, independent. I have some other sticks. So
still got the stock.
What's about to happen with these sticks, y'all, these are about to be minted as fidgetals. Digital physical product. It will be an NFT attached to this physical product. These will not come out no more. These are my Red Octobers now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's dope with the Vic Firth Connect. It's
shout out Vic Firth for giving me opportunity.
Exactly.
Still.
And right place, right time. Yeah. Right? I always like to say you can't silo people out when it comes to like networking. No. You don't know who's
just always
gonna
gotta
have that
respect
next
the business
exactly.
too, because like the business does hurt your feelings when you finding out more into it. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? When you're just trying to sell and move units of things.
It's never the move. Yeah. It's never the move. Well, yeah, appreciate here, Tenacious. You got it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you guys for having me on.
We're not doing it again.
The intro
go.
Says go, and then you
run
talk about yourself.
Run it.
Oh shit! I just started talking about me.
Yeah.
Just
right.
no, right now.
Production just now, but
I got
now.
it.
No,
I'm sorry, guys.
No, keep going. So when I was younger, used to be very into skateboarding. I ride BMX now. I wouldn't even say I ride
love
BMX.
BMX.
I ride BMX for like getting to point A to point B. cheap bike. I actually bought the bike that I got stolen when I was younger. When I became an adult, I found it on Marketplace.
Everybody on that rides a BMX bike gets it stolen at some point.
Yeah, of course. But so like, would you say that DMV skateboarding and like the culture is more inclusive now than it was like 5+ years ago? Because like when I was growing up in skateboarding, bro, it was not the place to be, bro. Like it was difficult to make friends. It was, I
think it's like the perfect time to get into skating was like COVID around that time. We've been going to the park for years, and it's just been the locals, just the same couple homies. COVID hit, so many people are coming to the park that have never skated before. It's like, honestly, COVID, this is kind of fucked up, but COVID was like one of the latest times ever. Everybody was outside once it blew over a little bit, and it honestly felt like being a kid again, like outside, like when you would go knock on your friends' doors.
They didn't
and shit
socially
like that.
distance the skateboard?
No, everybody at my park, our park especially, is like really fucking welcoming. Like if people are worried about getting judged their first time skating and shit like that, like nobody gives a fuck.
What park is this?
North Laurel. It's a Howard County park, so it's nice area, you know what I'm saying?
How do you determine or set a culture at a skate park?
We've been there for so long, so honestly, if you come around and you fuck around, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have a whole group of people that are like getting you out of there. Like, we got people that disrupt the community from time to time.
It's kind of like an autonomous zone. Like the cops don't really come to the skate park.
Hold on. I think my man was just talking about gang activity. What you said? What now? What'd you say? Say it again.
Nah, not that we're like doing anything violent, but I mean, if somebody's getting fucked with, everybody's there. Everybody's got your back, and it's the same thing for the new skaters. Like, we've never met you before. It might be your first time here. You might be getting in people's way. We might be getting pissed off, but we still got your back. It's just how skating goes. I don't know. I guess it is kind of like gang activity.
I didn't know that about skate culture, to be honest.
In certain places, then you venture off to Baltimore, it might not be the same.
Yeah, I know about.
But you're talking about like y'all have like a territory, and it's your territory because you go there often.
Yeah, exactly. Every day, like pretty much every day. As soon as I get off work, if I'm not recording music, not streaming, I'm at the park. I mean, honestly, I don't do much anymore. I just sit there and drink beer and just hang out with the homies. It's a nice spot to be at.
You said streaming to you, like playing video games and shit, or like what do you?
Yeah, so
streaming can be a lot of things.
I do a little bit of everything. This is kind of interesting because my whole world is kind of changing because streaming's starting to pop off a little bit, and I work from home, so I work like an 8-hour shift.
I mean, on average, 9 to 5 workers only work 20% of the week.
What are you talking about? I'm tired of shit.
I mean, that's your ass. The average employee only works 20% of their time.
Sometimes I work too hard that I have to take a fucking nap for 30 minutes during the day, but I'm working.
I guess you're not average.
12 to 16.
My man said he do 2 hours a day.
I need to get on your fucking shit,
but listen,
bro.
It's 2 hours.
Where are you working at? Let me.
So I
hey, don't let my man be snitching, man. Chill out, bro.
No.
Back to the gang activity, though. I'm sorry.
No, it's chill because I honestly like talking about my career because based off appearance, you wouldn't think that I have a decent career, but I do building management, and I just kind of, hey, go do this, hey, call a vendor, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm streaming for 8 hours. Mm-hmm. So
you make money streaming? Is it?
We're not there yet, but I just reached my first couple K on a stream.
How do you make money? So do people donate money as you go? They're like, you just got a headshot, here's $5.
Or it could just be like a big fuck you message, like, here, I paid $5 just so that way you could read this message.
Oh, charge them to roast you.
Exactly. And I'm cool with it. I get little skies, I get a little pump,
yeah.
I get all that shit.
No, that's dope.
Anybody with face tattoos I pretty much get. But I mean, streaming's dope. I'm not even music, anything. I got a good career. I'm not worried about the money side of things. It's always about being authentic and building that community. Like, if I could just have an authentic Twitch community that rides for my music, rides for my vlogs, rides for this, like, that's what I want. The money stuff, that stuff will come. Honestly, and the content I do, I don't even think you could fucking monetize. Like,
yeah.
Like,
what do you mean?
Bro,
like,
I'm blowing down the entire stream.
Oh,
bro.
yeah, you can't really be smoking on like a lot. You can't smoke on stream.
So I can, but I have to label it as 18 plus content or something like that.
Why don't you just tell them it's Delta?
Because I'm rolling like I could.
It's a fat fucking Delta blood, bro.
I could, bro.
Like, this shit's CBD. Like, I don't know.
I'm smoking that shit. I got that gas. Okay.
I've
I've been on my morning show. I've been playing with this idea that the true endpoint of like commercial success is to treat your people like community as the endpoint instead of customer. And
Exactly.
you said the same thing.
Exactly.
Talk to me about like other ways that you're building community. You show up every day at the skate park. I'm taking you show up every day at Twitch. But what are some other ways you develop in culture?
This is crazy. We just talked about this in the car, and I'm a really aggressive person.
Yeah.
That's why I went with the name Tenacious. You know,
Yeah.
I just feel like it fits me perfect. And a lot of my jokes can be crude, but it comes from a good place. Like,
Okay.
I see you could be better.
Yeah.
So I'm really going to get in your ass more than anybody, especially if you seem like you're charming soft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Up in that thing.
Like,
Four-ply.
I'm going to tell you, bro, you can do better,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
not going to tell you like that. I'm going to tell you you're a bitch and all this other shit. And I'm just going to be that person. But at the end of the day,
tell your friends they're a bitch sometimes.
if I see it's getting to you too much, I will be like, hey, bro, you know, it's coming from a good place. But, you know, like, you need
I
to
lost
man
a
up.
lot
I
of
love you,
friends
but you're
when
still a bitch.
Yeah,
I moved
exactly,
to the West
exactly.
Coast, and the second I got there, I met someone. They're like, "From the East Coast, just make sure not to yell at anyone." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And yeah, like I probably went through like 3 friend groups of just like being normal, and everyone just thought that I was angry at them.
You know what's crazy? I think I'm not from here. So I'm from Asheville, North Carolina.
I love Asheville.
it's really
I
small
fucking love
town.
Asheville.
When
Tail of the Dragon.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
When I used to
Good
live
road.
there,
It's a damn good road.
Don't wink at me, nigga.
you know what I'm talking about.
Don't wink at me,
I'm gonna talk about the
nigga.
highway routes, so I
Oh,
just had to.
God. There you go. Yo, old
I
ass
had
still talking
to.
about the highway.
But
man.
yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
get back. Asheville.
I love Asheville.
Asheville's beautiful.
Everybody at my school growing up wore, even including me,
Yeah.
we wore cowboy boots and overalls.
Nice.
That's just what we did.
Shit's fire, though.
Exactly.
Is it more efficient to wear those?
It's much more
Or-
efficient. It's
Damn.
man, you clean them once a week, you're good. You got other clothes underneath, man. Come on.
You're good.
Like
Yeah.
if I could do it, if I could do that in a stylish way now, I would do it. But when I moved here, that's when joning and all that stuff was.
Yeah.
And you pulled
hot.
up with the cowboy boots and the
Yes, and don't get me wrong. That's why. But I
In
feel
where,
like
Rockville.
no, I moved to Laurel, and now I live in Rockville. But when I lived in Laurel, all my friends in my neighborhood were. I lived in a Section 8 neighborhood, so all my friends were like Baltimore, DC.
Yeah.
You know, and
What Section 8?
Seasons. You know where that's at? Canterbury, Whiskey
No,
Bottom Road.
no idea.
Okay.
What part of Laurel would you say? North, south, east, west?
North.
This nigga want to know the exact route to get
Well,
to your house. I know.
no, I mean,
you
it's
take
just,
a left
I
on
don't-
41.
I don't know where it is. So
It's
I
not
would make-
Section 8 anymore.
Yeah. Oh, nothing
But
is.
but exactly.
They knock it down. They build something that's low income,
Yup.
which everyone's broke due to inflation. So we can all live in low income
Yup.
places at this point.
It was cool
It's
though.
crazy.
Growing up
Yeah.
there, growing up there was so cool because I came from the trailer park straight to that. Man,
Yeah, trailer park's a different thing. It's a whole different thing.
everybody was giving me like fucking clothes and shit. Like, bro, you need to throw this on. Hoes ain't gonna fuck with you if you look like this, you know. And
They was wrong though.
they got me right. They were
Yeah,
wrong
times
in the long
have
run.
changed, bro.
In the long
you could
run.
do the shit
Actually-
that you wouldn't do fucking 5 years ago and look
You could pull that
fly
shit
as
out
fuck.
tomorrow.
Yeah. How would you explain your music, bro? I heard you murking some drum and bass.
I'm all over the place. Honestly,
So-
people try to tell me to put together projects and shit that fits together. If I do that, it's gonna take me forever because every day I wake up, I'm like, new idea, new beat.
Yeah, I listened to 5 of your songs on the way here. They were all different styles and genres and types of beats, but I appreciate that. I feel like that's, what an artist in its true form is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Not really what people share, but at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of people who make music,
Yup.
when they really get into it, are like making different genres, dabbling. Again, still not
See-
what they share, but you've been sharing it, and that was really cool.
And it's exactly what you're saying because I've been doing music for about 2.5 years now, and a lot of that stuff is like experimental, just trying to figure out music. And now I'm starting to produce my own music. I'm starting to get into my own niches, and it's taking me longer to put out music because I understand the level of quality that I want. And it'll be soon. That's all I'm saying is like I got some stuff in the vault that is like way better than the stuff I've been making. I'm starting to figure out this hyper pop shit. Listen,
100 get.
that's my rap stuff. That's what
that's
if
the
I'm gonna
Justin
rap, I'm gonna do
Bieber
some
of
hyper pop stuff.
Is 100 gex for sure. But
Indie pop punk is definitely like my main lane though.
indie
That's
pop punk.
that's probably where my voice sits the best.
What's he talking about? Explain the difference between indie pop. What'd you say?
Indie pop.
Pop 1000.
Pop
What'd you say?
punk.
Pop what?
Hyper pop.
Hyper punk.
Hyper pop.
Acid is hyper pop.
Acid? What?
Indie
No,
pop.
no.
Indie pop.
Give me a BPM or something. Somebody.
Okay, indie pop would be accessible indie music. You know, pop punk.
Okay.
You know,
I got
Blink
it.
182, Yellow Card.
Okay, sure.
The things that you'd hear on the radio, most likely.
Okay, go ahead. Next
I
one.
feel like you get into like some sad boy type.
Oh,
Hold on, stay focused, nigga.
No, but
hyper punk. What's
that's
that?
for hyper pop. I really can't do that one. I would say the BPM has a lot to go with it.
Can I say
You
one
please do
suggestion?
hyper pop.
Yeah.
I don't know.
One suggestion: 100 gex. Listen to a little bit. Not really my niche for hyper pop. If you don't like the cartoony, too pitched up vocals, that's not really kind of what I'm into. I like the normal.
Thank you.
I
Gotcha.
like the normal vocals like Glaive, Eric Doa, and if you don't know who those people are, you should go look them up because it might change your opinion on hyperpop.
Okay.
I know hyperpop is definitely a thing. It's becoming very popular. 100 gex has their own festival.
See, but that's like
So
to me. See, so I don't understand it either.
and
but,
sorry, I
but
keep
to
bringing
me,
up 100 gex.
No.
It's like, that's
to me, 100 gex is like really EDM-y, you know what I'm saying? And
it's different though. Like you wouldn't say hyperpop.
no,
is
it's
music?
hyper pop, but it's got more of the techno sounds in the beats and things like that, rather than like Glaive would go from like a guitar to maybe like a good drop. You know what I'm saying? Like good hyper pop drop, and then bring
Hyper
back
pop drop would be the
techno
drum.
shit.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? But
Oh.
but it loops back into an indie guitar.
I got it. I caught on. I got to ask him a question now. Is it
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
What's your relationship with Luther Vandross?
Oh man, I love.
Oh my god.
I don't really know who the fuck that is, but
Oh, word?
That's the first person to say
But-
I knew that would happen.
wait.
Yeah.
But does he have some relationship to samples?
You can sample.
He has
Luther Vandross.
definitely been
Because I've seen
sampled.
him on a bunch of samples. I just
Okay.
don't know who
Seen
he
him
is.
on.
Okay, so how
samples? How do you
Like
do
his
that?
name, like when I was in my YouTube beat era,
Yeah.
he would be all over samples.
Right. So
Okay,
that's your
bet.
relationship with.
Who
He's a sample
sampled
dude.
it?
Yeah.
And so when you think of Luther
Yeah.
Vandross samples, what's your body want to do?
Zan I think it's Zan because doesn't he have a song called that? Doesn't he have a song called that?
Zan
This is the
Man's on
first
the
answer
loose.
that's actually blown my fucking mind, dog. Wow. How's
Zan
the
Man's song
Zan
did
Man
come
song?
up earlier.
I don't
in
know.
my
I was
algorithm,
listening
so.
to that in high school.
Man,
I seen
that's
Zan
crazy.
playing the drums today on Instagram. That's lit.
So I asked that question because it sounded for a second that you actually like musicality and not necessarily just the sounds of technology.
Yes.
So that's why I asked the question about Luther Vandross. He's an old soul singer who was very known for like creating melodies.
Yes.
So like, what's your relationship with melody versus like when I hear drill, I just hear one note?
Honestly, I'm a very melody-driven person. That's the only way I can make songs is starting with the melody. Honestly, it's tough for me to finish songs because I'll get the melody, I'll get a really nice chorus down, and then the hooks is normally where I struggle because I
Yeah.
want to put so much into the hook.
Yeah.
It's like just simplify it and do it, you know?
Okay. Well, shit, man. That's time for us on the ReUp podcast.
That was good though. Yeah.
I know. BeMo's over here.
That was a lot.
Breathtaking.
I suggest you some
Breathtaking
Luther
here.
Vandross.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
listen to it in your car on the way home with your mans, though. It's going to be a little strange.
It couldn't be.
Is it
but-
art?
Yeah. Togeki, Shreztah, Dan, Davis.
What's up, dude? How's it going?
Man, you guys look cool.
We are cool.
You look
We
cool
are
as fuck,
cool.
man. You
Yeah,
look cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
appreciate no
Yeah.
intro needed, but if I'm gonna go to an event, or if I'm gonna go out, or if I'm gonna go back home to DC, these are definitely some of the people who I want to see in my short or long journey. And Jaya, the person who's doing the fact check,
Yeah.
last time was the person who introduced me to almost all of the people who I know in the electronic community.
Shout out
in
Jaya. Yeah.
DC.
Yeah.
I left for like 6-7 years. I came back. I didn't know shit anymore, and I followed Transit. Actually, if you're familiar, they're really old promo company.
Yeah.
And I pressed like on Facebook, and all the suggestions came up as Head Nod and Gradient and Para, and all of these people were creating so much culture for the scene. And went to Flash by myself a couple times. Met Jay.
Yeah.
And after a while of kicking with him, he's like, let me make sure you like know everyone.
Yeah.
And
No,
so right from there, it was 3 years. So
he's a good person.
He's like community leaders we're talking to.
yeah, I tastemakers, community leaders.
I mean, let's. I mean,
You said let's slow down.
Yeah. Like that's, I appreciate it, but I mean, I try to stay humble, and I mean, while I recognize that in a relatively short span of time, and in such a small like niche, community, and in this small section of the country, like in the bass music community, in the electronic music community in DC, like I've heard people refer to me as a tastemaker or like a community leader in the past, and it's really hard to kind of like envision myself as, because I still see myself as just the kid who like makes dubstep in his bedroom. You know what I mean? And then I like, play shows, and like I like purely love this art so much and just share it, and then people like just resonate with that pure passion, and they gravitate towards it.
When did you start DJing specifically?
I started DJing when I was probably 12 or 13-ish. My buddy in like the 6th grade, so I grew up in Montgomery County up in Maryland, and there was a magnet school for the performing arts in middle school, and I went there, and like it was Loiterman Middle School.
Like what?
I grew up in Olney.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So like that's like north of Rockville, and so like I went to Loiterman. This dude was like, my shout out Ethan Zos. He showed me Skrillex and Zomboy and shit, and like one day like went over to his crib, and like he had this like little shitty 2-deck controller. I don't even remember what model it was, but then from there, like it was like every couple weeks, like we would just mix for like all night long at his crib, like on that shitty 2-deck controller, until like eventually like my parents bought me my own like shitty like little $200 controller for like my birthday one year, like 2 years later, and then same shit. I was just DJing all the fucking time, every minute that I could. So I've been DJing for about 10 years now or so.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I want to put two and two things together. Mm-hmm. You say you DJ from and create from an authentic place. You still see yourself as a kid who makes music in his own bedroom. You've been doing it for 10 years. Mm. Why would you then reject the tastemaker title? Wouldn't you want the tastemaker to be you?
It's not so much that I reject it, but that like I feel like when I look up to like artists and like just people in the community who have like pushed the culture in the direction that I want it to go in, and like who I look as like who has influenced me.
Who are those people?
It's hard for me to like put my name in like that list. Yeah. So when people like talk about me in that same regard, it's like this imposter syndrome. It's hard to envision myself like that way. Okay. But like I'm trying to get better about recognizing like basically like the work that I've done and like what I've brought to the community like has allowed me to be in this position. Yeah. And that's not for it's not like I don't deserve it, but sometimes like I'm just like, why?
Well, yeah. I mean, you are also the young bull.
Yeah.
And I think with that comes like the younger generation can like just smell inauthenticity, like more so than like millennials, I would say. And when even with like social media content or like whatever you're doing, like they know when it's a fucking gimmick. The things that you're doing are not gimmicks.
No.
And I really respect and resonate with that as somebody who's like younger than like a lot of the circle that we're in, and you're respected and everyone loves what you're doing, and I mean you're in a good place right now.
Yeah, and I have an endless amount of gratitude for all the support that I've received from this community in recent time. But I mean, I want to like tag Danny in more too. Like, when did you start DJing? I don't even know the answer to that.
I started DJing like fresh out of high school, pretty much. Like I went to my first rave like right when I went to college, and
what college?
I was like, I went to Montgomery College, and then I went to my first rave, and I was like, I saw that, and I was like, I want to do that. So I kind of figured out like what I wanted to do pretty early on out of high school, which is like pretty cool because I found a community that I was like looking for a really long time that was like very accepting. But I don't know, it kind of started out with like me and my friends just like finding songs on SoundCloud and playing them on my Bluetooth speaker in my car and like trying to sort of like outdo each other with like, oh, this song is like better than that song. And then eventually we got our like little like 2-deck controller, and we started like throwing parties in my friend's basement, and we called them the Grease Trap Sessions. Shout out Noah, because we used to be like, we started out as rhythm DJs, but we've evolved very much past that.
Is that what you start off with too?
I mean, well, so for me, I mean, I definitely started out, you know, classically, like in like 2012, 2013, heavier like dubstep sound that like was popularized in that time. That's what got me into it. And like a lot of other heads, you know, in recent years, in the past 3 or 4 or 5 years, a lot of those heads that got into it from the heavier sound are starting to like recognize the roots and like where the sound actually came from.
I agree.
And that's why you're starting to see this like renaissance of the UK dubstep sound and sort of what people called the old school dubstep sound coming back, and people are applying like more modern production and sound design techniques to songwriting and just like, you know, kind of styles that are kind of coined as being older.
And I mean, 10 years ago, people were listening to EDM when they were getting into electronic music. Like all the other stuff was like head music.
Yeah.
A head is a head. You know, if you don't know who you are, that shit might come upon you, and then you're gonna start digging and finding this weird underground shit.
Yeah.
With any genre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had something to say.
Yeah, I don't know shit about dubstep. I don't know shit about dubstep.
Yeah,
So
right.
would you tell me that there are new sounds and new techniques?
So basically,
I need you to go ahead and tell me about them, because I don't believe
there's like, so think rock music. You've got rock. Now you've got dubstep. Under the umbrella of rock, there's metal, there's indie rock, there's soft rock, there's classic rock. And under the umbrella of dubstep, you have many subgenres of dubstep as well. Now, of course, being it the newer style of music that it is, it doesn't have as many sort of offshoots as rock does. But like under the umbrella of dubstep, you have things like, you know, what is now called deep dub, and rhythm, heavy dubstep, bro step, tear out, death step. Did I say rhythm? Did I already say that one? Rhythm.
Where would you put bass music then?
Well, so bass music is an umbrella term in and of itself. Yeah. And I'm speaking like purely on how I use these terms, because I feel like a lot of people use different genres and just like, you know, terms like these differently. So for me, when I say bass music, what I'm referring to is the overall umbrella of like dubstep, drum and bass, like halftime and glitch hop, like any sort of electronic music style that is bass heavy and is a focus on the drums and the bass together, versus like house music or techno is more focused on more of the high end frequencies of like the melodies and like the top end percussion and such. So bass music,
I needed some terms, baby.
Bass music is just the styles of electronic music that you hear that are more focused on the bass heavy groove.
And so in the dubstep, I still got to break this down.
You're good.
In the dubstep, I heard you say two things. You said old dub and rhythms.
Right.
Explain the difference between the two.
So you've got like basically dubstep came about in like, you know, early 2000s, like late 90s ish. And it was this very specific, like kind of melancholic, you know, deep jazzy sound that, you know, took roots in like two-step garage and also like, you know, reggae dub.
Okay, thank
and
you.
so then
Garage.
like dubstep was something that was like a UK thing only. Like no one listened to dubstep anywhere but like in London and like the UK and like you had these guys like Mala, Scream, Benga, Koki, like those are like what a lot of people consider to be like the four names that like really brought about the sound. And there's a bunch of others below that, you know. Yeah, 100%. But I think I think a lot of people like, you know, when you think of like four like that are really like top four, I think a lot of people go to those names.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you know, the dubstep sound came to the States, and when it became popularized in like 2012 or 2013, American artists found the dubstep sound and they really liked it, but they, you know, incorporated this sort of like rock tone, more aggressive sound, and they took away from the chill, melancholic, like just groove, and gave it more bang and just oomph and like aggression. And the UK heads were like, what the fuck did you do to our music? And so now you have two very different lanes, because in America, the popularized sound is these heavier, you know, styles of dubstep. And so that's what's more mainstream here. But if you go to the UK, it's the complete opposite. Like the heavier stuff is not the mainstream there.
Because why would it be?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because
We're more aggressive.
it didn't come up
See,
that way.
these conversations about genres, although I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
These conversations about genres
It's
start to sound the
It's very
same.
important to like give people like a background, and because you can't talk about any
This
of it
sounds
without
like
knowing
when-
like what people are talking about.
Yeah, this sounds like when jazz turned to bebop and then to rock.
Basically.
It sounds like the same thing.
Exactly.
Dan, how would you explain bass music?
It's definitely an umbrella term that like what Davis was talking about, but it's like kind of anywhere from dubstep to drum and bass to jungle to halftime, just like very bass driven electronic music genres. But I would consider like reggae and dub like even
I haven't
bass
heard
music.
either of you refer to hip hop in this whole thing, though. How is hip hop not? I mean,
Well, bass music for me personally, and I think I can speak for Dan too, refers to specifically electronic music.
but
you
it
know?
takes so much from hip hop when it comes to bass music. I really do think so.
You think you're saying bass music is inspired from hip hop?
I think that they take from the aesthetic and the things that make hip hop, which I wouldn't go back and forth because you could just say like, oh, if you're gonna use a break beat and make a beat in any sort of way, it's like still from hip hop,
sure,
whatever. But I really think that, especially with like, if you're gonna put vocals over any of it, what kind of vocals are you gonna put over?
Yeah,
so like Lab Group, Ivy Lab, any of those people, like you go to one of their sets or you listen to their discography, a lot of it, which could be under bass music. A lot of it's just a hip hop beat.
I can definitely see a huge influence from hip hop on all that.
I hear a lot of stuff, a lot of like stuff that I hear people like, oh, this is like down tempo, or like, oh, this is like, like what a lot of people will call like deep melodic dubstep. Like at the end of the day, it is kind of just like a boom bap beat, or like just like a rap beat. And so it's definitely like there's definitely some correlations that you can draw between the two. But for me personally, the reason that I wouldn't qualify hip hop as bass music is because the focus is not on the bass, it's on the lyrics, it's on the rap, it's on it's on rap, right? It's rap music. But for bass music, it's literally, we are focused on those low end throbbing frequencies, like those crazy bass sound designs, like those squelches and wubs and all that weird shit.
I think I see your point. This reminds me when we were talking to Ryan Seltz is talking about funk. And so I hear you. But when you talk about like, he said that hip hop music is based on the lyrics. But when I was in my cousin's car, we were listening to Jeezy and T.I., you couldn't hear the lyrics. All you heard was bass.
Yeah. Well, and you want me to like talk some shit on the hip hop scene real quick?
Please.
Because my point is like, I feel like a lot of rappers nowadays, and not all of them, but a lot of them, like, they're focusing more on like catching the vibe or just catching a flow and not really actually saying something.
Very true.
And if you're actually focused on like the lyrics,
yeah,
like you should say some shit. But if they don't have shit to say, well, then that's why they're letting the beat kind of take over and they're letting the beat speak for them.
I feel like
you know what I mean?
The range to kind of like the melody and the range of people's voice kind of takes a little more of hip hop these days when it comes to like the popularized stuff, which I think is pretty cool. Cause like, I mean, shit, try to write some rap. You're probably going to go with the same rhyme scheme for a long time.
Oh,
and say some
I've
shit.
tried. It's not
so
good.
I appreciate that people are using like the range of like the sounds that they can make their voice, things like that. But at the end of the day, I just really think that hip hop kind of needs a little more of value with the bass music. I wish that real rappers would, get on board with it. But the reason is the appropriation of it all. They don't like the vocals being ripped.
Like, so in the UK, like with how normalized and mainstream and popularized electronic music is there, like every DJ set you go to, there's an MC. Like there's someone rapping over all these drops and shit. And like
it's really cool.
The crowd and shit. It's like everywhere in the UK. And then you come to the
respect
States,
to hip hop.
Every DJ set you go to, there's no such thing as an MC.
Wow.
Like
a lot of them don't even got bars, bro. They're just literally doing ad libs.
The drop hits, right? And you're all dancing, and then you're in your head, you're like, damn, that's nasty. And of course, the MC is on the mic. He goes, that's a nasty one. And you're like, yes, he took the words right out of my mouth. And it's like, that's the shit, But for some reason, I'm not sure why. Maybe it's the sound, maybe it's the style, but like American, rappers or MCs, like they're scared. They're like, it's daunting to try to get on like a very different kind of beat than just your average, rap beat or trap beat. And I don't know what it is, but like I really wish we could bridge the gap. You know what I mean? There are like artists out there like, you know, trying to bridge that gap, and like we see them. I feel like a lot of like the issue that people have with it when they hear an American rapper, you know, trying to rap over like a dubstep track or a drum and bass track versus a UK rapper is the actual flow itself and the enunciation. And like, you know, some people refer to it as the accent, and they're like, they just love the UK accent and they think that that's what makes it. And I don't think that that's it. I think that it's actually like the flow of words, or there's a better word for that, and like the flow of words, which is the actual like, you know, rhythm in their speech that like Americans don't use. And I think that if we tried to emulate that more, then we bridge this gap between the two styles.
Rinse FM. How did it fucking happen, bro? Like I done seen that shit. I was so proud of you, man.
I honestly have no idea what happened with that. Like
the discovery of music. Rinse FM, huge platform, huge UK based radio station. Yet, you know, everything's online now. And yeah, one of his songs. Which song was it?
I think it was Dinger off of my Sound Culture Rave-a-thon EP that I released like last year at this point. But
Banger.
I just like randomly got Instagram notification from this like random DJ out of, I think it was like Germany or Belgium, but I think they have like, I don't know, a monthly show on Rinse FM. Like I think it's the whatever country they're from, their version of Rinse FM, but they like tagged me in an Instagram post because they had like a video of the stream or something like that, or I think it was like from the actual SoundCloud recording. But yeah, like my song got rinsed on Rinse FM, so that was pretty cool. It was definitely a milestone moment. I was like, wow, I'm going the right way.
It's really funny about getting rinsed, like your music rinsed out on like big radio shows, or like when you get your music rinsed out by like bigger DJs at DJ sets. Is like, I would say more often than not, like you don't hear about it. Like you actually don't find out that someone rinsed out your shit. Like it has to be someone has to specifically tell you.
Rinsed on Rinse FM.
A lot of people like download our music off of the internet.
Yeah, like we send out our unreleased music to other DJs, and like we'll see them download it, but then as far as like when they're playing it out, where they're playing it, we have no idea. You know what I mean? They could be playing it out at the biggest festival ever for like 50,000 people, and I have no idea. It's just kind of part of the culture of like we're all DJs, we all need plates. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like share them around.
Okay, yeah, we gotta wrap it up, but
yeah,
do the intro, outro. You want to do this one?
No, I never want to do that.
Okay. All right. Season 1 finale. We got Davis, Togeki. We've got Dan, Shreztah. Got BeMo.
And we are out here.
Out here.
Appreciate y'all. All right, I need to take a mean piss.
Yes, sir.
Sick. Yay.
How you doing, man?
Hey, super blessed, man. Super blessed, man.
Super blessed?
Super blessed, bro. Levels. You know, it be levels, man.
It do be levels.
Everybody be like, I woke up today, I feel blessed, man.
Yeah. Okay,
like, what? I woke up for a whole week straight, man. We super blessed, man.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, y'all just good. I'm in good space, though, man. How y'all feeling?
That's what's up, man. So, you're from the DMV, right?
Baltimore, man.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
okay.
man.
That's not the DMV, right?
There you go.
Right.
A whole separate little.
Was that a real question?
Continent.
No, I just wanted to clarify because I actually
state, city.
Yeah, because I feel like it's not. It's two different places.
You know what's funny though? If you go to a place where it's no DMV gonna lock in together.
Okay, so it's gonna be like.
You understand what I'm saying?
Wisconsin.
I've been in one of those spots, man. I've been in one of those
sure.
spots. So you got Midwest, you got West Coast, you go DMV. We DMV together today, guys.
Yeah.
But you know when you back home, you know, Baltimore, VA, DC, you know how that go, man.
Exactly. Yeah, I just started exploring Baltimore more.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple years ago, and as someone who's from Northern Virginia, like from the DMV, it's just a little farther away to the point where I would go there, maybe some vacations with the family for go see the aquarium. When I got older, I noticed, man, Baltimore's got some culture. It's one of those places where you gotta know someone though. Yeah. If you really want to experience Baltimore, you gotta know someone.
The homie will take you
gotta have them show you around.
Yeah, man.
Like I spent my New Year's a couple years ago in Baltimore, and man, we went through. We had a homie who's from Baltimore. He took us to the warehouse parties, the late nights, till 7 a.m. He took us to the Baltimore. You know the Baltimore club music. You know that?
I do.
Yeah. So I got the real experience. Gotcha. But tell me a little bit more about that. Like, what do you think the key differences are? Yeah.
Just you
go ahead. No, I'll tell you, man. For me, more than anything, bro, I like the spots to eat at, man. So my favorite spot, Golden Dragons, man. You got Jimmy's Seafood, man. You got Moe's.
Okay.
Of course.
I'm not familiar.
Oh, okay, I got
I'm
you.
not
I got you.
familiar.
So what kind of food do these places offer? Like,
This is you looking at your seafood, man. So you know if you're big into the lobster, of course you got the crabs.
Okay.
Of course.
Right.
Okay.
And
The crab cakes.
The crab cakes
You got
gonna get you
that.
where you need to be at, bro. And I think that what's it called? The oysters, bro. Mussels.
The oysters. Okay, so I'm more of a
Where you at?
river oyster kind of guy. Being from Virginia, I'll tell you the river oysters
Yeah.
might taste better than the sea oysters.
I got you. Y'all got your own
It's
little
an
swag.
unpopular opinion, but
Okay, because I know what's coming next with my project. He's about to start talking about highways. So
Okay.
before we start talking about how to drive to Baltimore, there's something about you that's already interesting me.
Got you.
It's your voice.
All right, cool.
Tell me about the development of your voice. As a fellow deep voiced man,
God bless.
I'm talking lower now.
I get so
Y'all
many
see-
compliments on
speak
your
to your
voice.
You get so many confidence on my voice, bro.
No, on this show, they say
Yeah.
your voice is ready for radio.
It is.
Just-
That's what they say.
Speak
That's
to your
also
guy.
that's also them
But-
calling me ugly, but that's okay.
Oh man.
So as a fellow deep voiced man,
There
tell
you
me
go.
about how you wield its power.
Yo, listen. All right, so basically, bro, of course, y'all know we got the music.
Yeah.
All right, so the music is dope, man. Shout out to my guy, Fire Cartier, man, bringing this out, man.
Yes, sir.
The tracks, bro. The tracks, it works good with the music. Of course, the ad-libs, man. And then we singing and we rapping.
Right.
And then, obviously, we got the podcast show. We on the grind. We killing them right now.
Yeah.
So it worked
Vice,
perfect, bro.
yeah.
Yeah. We work. Vice was amazing, bro. And I don't deal with all the issues as far as the sound check. You get what I'm saying? I don't need nobody put the pack on me, whatnot, yo. Just go ahead, mic me up. Let's get to work, man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Let's go ahead and put together, the Teddy Pendergrass voice, man.
Yeah.
It's probably
And
the
you don't
first
even
one.
seem nervous to be like, oh, I sing and rap.
Nah, bro. I mean, the game changed nowadays, right?
Yeah.
I think Drizzy changed it. And then you're looking at everybody else, right? So you're looking at Future too, bro. You know, Future is in the space where he making hip hop rap. He writing hip hop and R&B songs for other artists. And then all of your other top guys, yo, they based off of that melody, bro. Even your little babies, man.
Yeah.
So
You
is there
know?
like a Baltimore sound? Would you say? I'm not.
Hey, Baltimore Club, right?
I mean, Baltimore
Two
Club.
step?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, Baltimore Club.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it before on this show, but with obviously Lil Uzi Vert. He popularized that underground Baltimore Club into the mainstream in a way that I respect so much.
In a way we haven't heard it before, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is people are doing that in New Jersey.
You know
what I'm saying? People are doing the club thing, but that was
I think
it changed everything.
I think for me, bro, it's the TikTok, right?
Yeah.
So with the TikTok, we done seen what's coming with the Jersey, and they got a lot of DJs who got active on TikTok early. Yeah, but that's the Baltimore two-step, the club music, man. We know it originated with us, bro.
Yeah.
And then these other territories have made it really large. I think Uzi Vert did a big record, and then I like the one that Coi Leray had.
Yeah.
Coi Leray had a couple of dope remixes, and then now we see with Nicki Minaj, she got a dope record, bro.
She do.
And she working with a kid, Takeo Bang. Takeo's from Baltimore.
Okay, that's
Right,
respect,
so that's
yeah.
one of the homies, man, local, bro. Big time producer, man, and writer. You know, one of the top guys from Baltimore, man. He don't get enough sunshine, bro. So shout out to my boy Takeo, and he's been one of the top guys, a part of the Nicki team. Yeah. So we got some top guys out there, man.
So imagine I'm going to Baltimore. I'm not even from the East Coast.
Yeah.
Where do I go? What if I were a tourist? I could do this for DC. You're gonna go to the Smithsonian. You're gonna go to a few different spots over there. The botanical gardens. You're gonna go to the Natural History Museum. You're
So
gonna go to
got to be a
Hirshhorn.
spot that you go to.
You know what I'm saying? But what? Yeah.
No,
I mean,
no. I
yeah,
respect. I
what-
respect. Listen,
yeah,
I respect it.
What if I'm not trying? If I'm not trying to.
But you know what? He probably
Have
talking
to
about a good
lock
date.
my windows.
I got
to,
you. I got
so
you.
the people who are washing the windows don't come up to me.
Okay.
Where am I going to go as a
All right,
tourist?
do y'all call them squeegee boys out here?
No.
I don't
What do y'all? What
know.
are they, is that? What, is that that's
But
the
I
thing,
know
right?
my doors are locked when I
So
am in
he
Baltimore.
said, I'm not pulling up on the guys with the. I want no windows being watched today, man.
Oh, you just took me out.
I'll tell you this. This is what it is. If you get annoyed by any of that, just always put a couple dollars, little loose dollars, couple change,
People don't
quick
carry
swipe.
cash these days.
The game has changed,
Right.
right?
Cash in Baltimore. That's what you're saying.
But I tell you this. Nah, a couple loose dollars for the homies, but they all got their own QR codes now, bro. Don't forget everything QR code. All you gotta do is, look, boop, boop. Everybody take Bitcoin too.
Nowadays, you pay them, but instead of the wash the window, you say, no, don't touch my goddamn windows.
No.
I'll pay you to touch my
Hey.
windows. But yeah, where am I going? Am I going to the Inner Harbor?
So
am I
look.
going to go see that guy
way.
with the
Here we go.
mustache at the top of the building?
Which one? What's the one with the mustache?
Natty Bo.
Oh
Natty
man.
Bo. Come on.
Hey, Fire, you know it's crazy, but look, I'm gonna tell you this: you come to Baltimore, and we taking you to get something to eat ASAP.
Pit beef.
Nah, I'm not a pig. I mean,
chaps?
you can, but I'm telling you, I'm going straight. Like I said, I need the Jimmy seafood, man. I'm going to the lobsters, man. Big dungeon sea crab, crab legs. You know what time it is, man, with the butter, bro. Yeah, but you can go, like I said, man, go hang out at the harbor for a little while, bro. Enjoy yourself down there. And then if you want a little bit of culture, man, we got Graffiti Alley. Yeah. We got a lot of stuff, man, where the hip hop homies like to go hang out at. You get what I'm saying? And the kids come out there and dance, bro. And then nowadays, what they doing down the harbor now on the weekends is they got some like Baltimore to Baltimore events. So, you know, shit, yo, for tourists, bro. And then, of course, you got the Ravens games, bro. You got the Orioles games. Man, it's lit, bro. If I'm bringing somebody to Baltimore first time, I'm scheduling them for a game. Yeah. You definitely coming 3-0 for a Ravens game and then a comedy show. Comedy always lit in Baltimore, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the comedy show is always lit in Baltimore, bro. We got some of the top guys. So you ever want to come to any shows, you want to come to a Ravens game, Oriole game, you're going to have a good time. Okay. And yeah, they rebuilding the harbor, though, bro. So we got, you know, it ain't DC lit yet.
You know what I want to talk about? Let's talk about the Vice episode.
Bro, we was on a dope episode that was about exposure, bro, and going viral, right? And to the point, somehow, some way, one day you was going to see it, whether it was the day that was released or eventually, right? Yeah. So we still manifesting the work that we put in a couple years ago. So that's why I'm still continuing to get up and continue to push forward because somebody going to catch up. Every day you can build a fan base. Every day you can build somebody that got, you know, awareness of what you're doing or what you're trying to put together.
Was there any like fallout or pushback? People like hating?
No, you know what?
It just helps the algorithm.
To be honest with you, bro, I went through a lot because I had, like I said, I had a public Fed case where I had a lot of shit I was going through. Anytime you get indicted by the feds, the shit gonna be all negative. Right. The worst things could ever be said about you. Yeah. Right. And so what Vice did is allow me to kind of balance the narrative. Okay. We kind of like came back, and I took people to the origins, some of the places I hung out with, some of the guys I worked with, some of the reasons I was doing what I was doing, and then we pulled back the curtains on like how the industry worked. Yeah. How you create your Drake show, how you create your Lil Yachty's and your SZA's and your Beyonce's, like how all that shit worked behind the scenes. Answer a lot of different questions, you feel what I'm saying? And our whole experience of what we was going through, we documented that shit, bro. You get what I'm saying? We got guys that can tell y'all stories that a lot of motherfuckers never experienced before. You know what I'm saying? From the guy that was there for a week to the guy that was there for years. Right. So it was about experience, about exposure, you know, about giving people opportunity. And now Vice, game changer, right? We see Drake on there, we see Kendrick Lamar, we see Future. And then now we got the Chad Focus story. And it's probably the one that was the most successful from the documentary series, right? So the docu-series was Black Market, taking you into a lot of like undercover, like dark markets on how shit works from, you know, people getting illegal surgeries and shit like that, the drug game, the cannabis game, people out here doing like the sneaker game. Yeah. And so when we came into it talking about the stream game and how the marketing works and how the Instagram followers like social media, all of that shit, this is we in a different type of world, bro.
It's a different system.
Yeah. It's completely different. And I mean, as somebody who, if you look at the content that we post, it's like just two guys having these conversations, but from the backgrounds of me and BeMo, as like, you know, I used to run a blog for, 10 years at DMV. BeMo is an established journalist. People like to do interviews with us. But at the end of the day, it's like, for me, it's all of the collaborations and giving these people this platform and letting us have these open conversations. So I think that's really interesting when you get down to like the followings. And, we've had this Instagram for like 6 months. And it's interesting for me to see people with like 100, 200K, crazy numbers, but their reels don't pop. Facts. Like they can post something and gets 200 likes. And it really makes me think. Well, like
it's a lot. All of that you gotta understand based off of algorithm. Mm-hmm. I tell you this, bro. Back in the day, we didn't have the answers or the understanding like algorithms and shit. People ain't had these conversations. You feel me? Now, when you know better, you do better. So think about it, right? How many creators, artists, they online, either complaining about exposure or people not supporting. So we sitting in a room right now, right? We might have 20 people in here. And, I had my boy here with me. We had our own record label. I had thousands of people that could have been reposting my content every day. Right. Sometimes you got to make that shit mandatory, right? Like support got to be mandatory. It can't be some shit that you leave up to the air.
You can find us on Patreon at...
Most definitely. But I mean, but support, it got to be intentional, and you got to ask for it, and you got to demand it, right?
Yeah.
So that's the hard part about relationships. When you start in a business, I don't think that I was as clear as I should have been. I didn't articulate, the responsibilities of what I wanted from people. In the back of your mind, you're doing for people, and you're hoping that they reciprocate.
Yeah.
All types of levels. The motherfucker that's the least on the totem pole was doing the most support. By the guy that was the highest paid on salary wasn't reposting your shit, wasn't liking nothing, wasn't wearing the sneakers, the t-shirt, bro. But the whole setup is, you guys got a network right here, and this network is as strong as you want to make it. You guys all got a different follow account basis or whatnot, and you guys is programming, y'all grinding here on Saturday. That means you all invested. If you grind this shit go well, y'all got a roof over your head, y'all can keep coming and fuck with each other, right? Yeah. But is everybody investing, making sure y'all got a roof over your head so y'all can continue to do this? All right? That's why the hashtag was created, right? Yeah. So say we got a hashtag, and y'all got a cute sign-in sheet. Sunday, I'd have woke up and checked the hashtag and see who was really out here participating. Yeah. Who was getting some behind-the-scenes clips, right? Who reposted the content after we spent the money, put together the reel, and then reposted the reel.
I like you, man.
Explore page is about leverage.
Yeah.
I went on Vice to show them that, we're from Baltimore, right? So I got a dope-ass song with T-Pain. You never heard it. I don't got the budget to put it up here and on y'all radio station. I barely got the budget to put it in my radio station. That $4,000 and some bots could create the leverage that this room got times a million.
Right, exactly.
Now, I got access on being able to use these social media platforms.
I did see your episode.
You know what time it is. So now the exposure.
Because I almost bought a server. Go ahead. Yeah.
$7,500.
Yeah.
So
with the PPP money, I bought an audio instead. But go ahead. So it broke down. Anyway.
All of the setups that you talking about, bro, is that I just was looking at what was wrong, with my business model. Yeah. And that's really what the bots was, bro. The bots was that y'all got all these guys over here, and instead of arguing with these people and being frustrated, I'm gonna just go ahead and leverage what they was going to do.
Right.
And recreate that and see what the cost is.
So, learning that the game, to your point, has changed.
Facts.
Now it is more about leverage of your actual community.
The game never changed. The game is always what it was supposed to be. People like myself got smarter. They communicated, right? Think about this, right? Since Dick Clark, 1954, used to be able to pay the disc jockey the money that you wanted to get your song on the radio. So if you was talented, you had a bag, your man went on the radio. Yeah. This 70 years ago. Yeah. It was always pay to play.
It was always pay to play.
It was always you had to be talented, pay to play, and make it look like it makes sense. Now, if a nigga that can't sing is up on the radio and he got a bag and his shit on the radio, that's when we got to the 90s. Yeah. When the intimidation was like, all right, we got street niggas that got money. Yeah. The record might be so-so, but we going to pop.
On the radio. Yeah, yeah.
And we going to come in the club and we going to intimidate you.
So where we at now?
So now we at a space, bro, where you looking at all these guys that you feel are talentless, but it's because they are creating music for a target market and we not the target market. We in the way. And now you in a space, bro, that once you got control and understanding like what we having to talk about, how these systems work, now you can go create something like Empire with a nigga like Ghazi. That's what he got in the industry. He a big dude, distribution, do his own shit. You can be like the nigga Johnson, he's with Gamma. So the real reason why everybody mad at Drake is because Drake signed a deal with Gamma. Gamma took some precedence. Gamma's a big now distribution.
Oh, distribution.
So he's a part of like Sexy Red, but now Drake is in business positions, bro, where he is getting money because he controls distribution from the other artists while they just get royalty checks.
Yeah, I mean, the short-term key to distribution is getting what they call the pipes. Mm-hmm. It's direct connections to, I want this song on Spotify. I contact someone. And done. It is on Spotify. It's not a platform. There's no platform involved. It can get deeper than DistroKid. Yep. XYZ distributor. Mm-hmm. Even deeper than white label distributor that I paid for. Yeah. Like you know, yeah.
I had shit like Amp Suite early in the game, right? So I had my own personal distro. And then what it did is I did the personal distro because I want to know if DistroKid was keeping my money when it wasn't paying out fucking royalties, right? It's based off of them, right? But it started off with a Spotify, not want to kick out a certain royalties. And when you scraping the money that's coming out per stream, right? Yeah. And you arguing what's going to be paid because you got shareholders, all types of stuff, bro. The whole manipulation is the motherfucking Spotify. Yeah. And everything is based off of their business model. And we always follow the top dog, whether they broke, right, wrong, that's how the game go. That's why you got to get TikTok out of there.
No, 100%. I mean, there's some weird stuff that I was trying to listen to that Tommy Richmond $1 Million Baby today. Had service and everything. That shit did not run.
The one thing I want to talk
about.
Play
another song that shit did work.
He brought up though, right? He was talking about any backlash. Michael K. Williams, man, he went through a lot as far as like what happened with the Michael K. Williams Black Market docuseries. Right. He exposing a lot of markets that people don't talk about. he a nigga that a lot of people let their guards down to talk to him and fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just get niggas on camera talking about all types of dope ass shit, giving the game, you comfortable, and you doing it and you being genuine, and he gonna make sure he puts you in the right light.
Right.
I'm going through a federal investigation the other time, so he could have made it whatever he wanted to make it.
Yeah.
And he could have
put you in the
and he could have aired it when I wasn't supposed to be aired. So it would have been a violation of certain shit I had going on in life. You understand what I'm saying? So you get people that
love.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all know how content game go, bro. We see people getting exposed all the time. People going viral for behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I see more behind the scenes shit that be crazy. A nigga getting an argument. How is that even being recorded, bro? Why nobody cut the camera? That current space though, like I tell y'all, like that podcast shit, right? What's crazy is that we did 1,000 reels before we hit one that went and did 20, 30 million. So I'm gonna tell y'all this, it was a consistency thing. That's the one thing that I noticed, right? Yeah. Finding your little style and your rhythm and what you want your shit to look like. And I used to use Fiverr. I done all the outsourcing, right? I done all the cheap stuff, the easy stuff.
I fucking hate Fiverr.
You handling it the right way. Cause you
I know. There's a lot of good people on Fiverr.
Yeah, but you know, well, I'm saying you hands on, you're doing your thing the right way. And right now, bro, I want to get with Vice is working on a couple new projects. They went through the bankruptcy and stuff like that. But now all of those guys that was on those different documentaries, they independent like us.
Okay.
Yeah,
so we still link up and still do projects. So we blessed, man.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
All love, baby.
My man.
All love.
Let's do this intro, outro. You want to do this time, man?
No.
Come on, just please.
No.
Just
Get them right,
Nope.
man.
Be consistent, man.
Okay.
Get them right, Al. Get them right,
Season 1. Finale.
You already know.
Chad Arrington.
Chad Arrington, man. Chad Focus, man. Shout out to the guys. We appreciate y'all. All blessings, man.
Hey,
Man,
appreciate you,
bro.
All right.
G by G.
Oh, man. I see.
All right.
Wonderful episode. Nice.
Gang shit.
I'm an artist like all the way through and through. Like I went to Duke Ellington and
nice.
I had a lot of good influences.
Duke is it's like the dream black school that every black
it definitely
high
was
school
great.
Yeah.
It's like I would advocate anybody to go there. For me, because my experience was 2009. I'm at Tech. Back then in DC,
Virginia Tech.
not McKinley Tech.
McKinley
Back then in DC in like 2009, people got hoods, but then at that time, people started making like crews. Okay. So that's why some of the ones from back then might have been like Rated R, Savage Stars, The Check It.
Check It.
Like
I know the Check It.
everybody know the Check It though, because
Yeah.
that was like a reflection of the time. Like that's how Fights Down Gallery, all that shit.
Right.
So that type of stuff was starting to happen, and I was like, okay, if I come back here in 10th grade. I'm already kind of a part of this, but I'm going to really have to this is going to be my path. Like, these the girls that like me. These the friends I got. It was very set out.
Fate. You already know.
And I had an option because I was rapping in this summer program up Girard. 'Cause I knew some people older than me that went to Duke. And I was like, all right, they respect me rapping up here and shit like that. So, and my man's was like in the Wiz at the time. So, he was in the theater department. He was Michael Jackson in the Wiz. So,
nice.
Up Duke, that's a big deal because, y'all know whatever. So,
Yeah.
I'm like, I know him and I'm good at what I do and I can write whatever. Let me try to pivot. So, when I went there, it literally teachers, the recess element, we could go out front and be outside, just being in Georgetown, all of that.
Yeah.
Just was an incubator for me to just be able to normalize 2024 fully. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. So with being from you're from the DMV, right?
Yeah, I'm from DC.
You're from DC.
Yeah,
Damn, you don't hear that much.
Fifth generation.
So with that, do you think that there's a style or cadence or just pattern that people go by or associate with when it comes to DMV rap or DC rap?
Well, I mean, it's always been different flows. One of the identifiable flows is the old go-go flow. Like, you might hear it in I want to come with me.
Yeah.
That's just one of them. You might hear it in Backyard or
Pentameter,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's an identifiable jump. And then I feel like when Wale came out, a lot of people was really barring up. And even the youngins, the youngins, they still lyrical. You know what I mean? They do a lot of metaphors and shit like that. But there is I feel like a sound, the more na 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 na. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain rhythm that's signature to us. Some people might try to compare it to Chicago or drill or even
no, definitely.
just other styles. But I think when you have a trained ear, you could tell an Atlanta drill flow versus a New York drill and a London drill.
Absolutely.
Baltimore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So DC definitely.
I love the fact that you said, like, my man tried to say you from DMV, and you're like, nah, I'm from DC.
I mean, I feel like he asked me that just so I could definitely let him know that I was from DC.
No, I mean, okay, as someone who's from the DMV, I'm from Northern Virginia. If I'm in DC, I ain't gonna say I'm from DC. If I'm across the country, I might say I'm from DC. I might not drop no DMV shit.
Yeah, I feel
If I'm on the East Coast, I'm definitely not
DC's
saying
a
I'm
political
from DC.
place.
Of being from this very specific place. I had a revelation when I was sitting in the house. I've been trying to move to DC for a little while, but we make just enough money to not get what's it called, the affordable housing, and we don't make enough money to pass the credit checks of these big ass places. And I had a realization. I was like, damn, white people really control who gets to move into DC. But there has been a history of Washingtonians who are black and who have this particular pride.
Yeah.
You went to Tech and you went to Duke Ellington. I used to teach in middle school, so I know that like Tech is like the selective high school, and I also know that Duke Ellington is a selective high school. You got it in you. I want you to talk about that love, particularly for these three corners of this district.
Man, I mean, it's like it's so many places that I could go with it. When you first started talking, I was just thinking about, you know, why people are prideful, and then you started, you know, reflecting on like how hard it is to live there. And I think that I think about it all the time. I mean, I'm a deep person, so anytime I could see the monument, like I really don't walk past the White House endless times.
See that motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
a lot of people be from DC and don't go to the White House, but that wasn't really my experience.
Yeah.
Like I never been inside on a tour, but I done
Bro,
been around
I've
there for
never
other
been
reasons.
in the Washington Monument. I've lived here for my whole family. We're from the DMV. Like we're from, you know, I mean, we've never been in the fucking Washington Monument.
That's
We've
just
never
not
been up
people-
there.
that's just not something
We could
that's
just
experienced.
go.
Yeah,
It's fucking
black
10
people-
minutes away.
Yeah.
Black people ain't.
Like
But I-
it baffles
Black
me.
people could barely get to the
Bro.
African American History Museum.
Exactly.
Like we got too much shit to do to be
Oh
on tour.
my- That's
But I
the
see
realest
Capitol
shit.
all the
Damn.
time. Like it's just in the background.
On the
It's
way to
left.
work.
Right, exactly. The pride of DC though.
Man, but it's
But you
like,
said there's a lot of places that you
I
can take
mean,
that.
bro, it's amazing, and I really come across stuff like before the Freaknik documentary came out. Just me, my
Freaknik
love for the city.
documentary.
I come across, the DMV club and the California club had a competition to see who could throw the best party. That's how Freaknik started.
Yeah.
This go-go band played behind Curtis Blow, and
Yeah.
like this person from DC too, and Martin from DC. Like Martin and Dave Chappelle from DC, and
Both from
everybody
DC.
I know that's funny as shit. All my life.
Yeah. Funny. as
From
hell.
here,
Yeah.
the Jonas Session, we got those two people, and Tommy Davidson, I think,
He from here.
from you know the Jump with Jada Pinkett and all
Yeah.
everything that he did. It's like, bro, like, but see, I got the heart and the mind for that. The time I grew up in with people being from DC, they only care about their family that's tight or the people that they know or whatever. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, like, people know, but people don't know.
They don't know.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's why U Street, you know the video when they put a dude out the car? My take on it was, of course, disenfranchised, right? People. But that's Black Broadway. Like, that's where
Black Broadway.
that's where my
a great
grandmother-
way to
That's
explain
before
it.
Harlem Renaissance.
Yeah,
that's the foundation of
my
Black
dad
America.
tells me-
At a bar, I'm like, spitting image of my dad. Sometimes I feel like we walked the same path. Turns out we did. The city only 10 miles. So I walked in the steps of some of the greatest men that ever lived. Maybe more than they ever did. You know what I mean? 5 generations deep in DC, I need a crib like Adam need a rib. I might slip, but it's hard for me to trip. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's like just walking around here, the energy, the capital, it's everywhere. It's like New York, but for black people at a certain time.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why, like, being like, imagine if you was from Lee Detroit and Howard University right there. This is the normal black experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what Malik just told us a second ago. He said he from Detroit. And I went to Howard. I can only imagine growing up. You know, Gordon Parks used to live in that house in the circle.
Yeah, a
That's
lot
one of
of
the
stuff.
biggest. All the black professors used to live
I
over
went
there.
to this house party in the Shaw area. It was the
Yeah.
best house party I ever went to, and I lost my phone in there.
Sweet.
Howard House parties.
It was called the House of Secrets. It's where Prince.
I love the House of
You went there?
He performed in the attic.
Yeah, Prince.
Yeah.
Was there one time, and once I knew that, it was like
Man, House of
fire. And it was
Secrets is
just
lit.
it's one of the most amazing DC experiences.
It is.
I had a lot of amazing DC experience. It's great. It's been great to me. I'm still alive.
Yeah.
And I really be in the trenches sometimes though. Like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
feel
Like,
when you find something really cool and underground and special in DC, it's like extra special.
bro, I've
You know what
literally
I'm saying?
seen
Like the
so
underground
much.
is so deep out here.
The underground
Like,
music.
it's
I feel
the
that.
experience. It's
No,
not
rest in peace,
easy to find.
Avion the drama. Avion was in this group with Armel and EU called Cool Klux Klan.
Okay.
Yeah,
And that's
Sir
how
You?
how I met EU. When you said underground, I just associated that with him because a lot of the people that's on the side of underground that I know, like the Everlasting Life Cafe and like Logic performed there and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
Bro, Caliucius, the people y'all
Logic,
associate me
Caliucius,
with,
all
all
those
of them
people.
people, Shabuzi,
The old days
Rico,
of that,
like
yeah.
they came from the same thing that I came from.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just good to see where they at because you know we all like multiverse shit.
Yeah, you
We all
remember
reflections
Jack's
of each other.
nightclub
You know what I mean?
in Springfield, Jack's nightclub. And all
No.
that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day, like shit, that crazy jump.
in the shopping center.
Yeah.
There's a
You
ton
was
of
around back then?
yeah with Gold Link and when Caliucius
Yeah,
was
valid.
coming up.
Okay, valid.
And yeah, man, it's crazy that you bring it back to
I
those
didn't know we
times.
knew
It's
each other
like-
for that long.
Yeah, bro.
But I
I mean,
know
I've
for a
been
minute.
following you on IG since like I probably first got IG. Honestly, it's been a minute. So it's cool to have you here. But you got anything to finish it out? We gotta keep running it. But I guess my last quick question. We gotta keep it quick. How would you explain your sound?
Man, I feel like I literally articulate the beat. Like this is something that y'all like when y'all listen to my stuff or anybody in here, you'll get what I'm saying because it's like I'm just saying what the beat is saying, but not in a pattern way, but almost in a jazzy
Like the
way.
beat is like tailored to you in a
Jazz
way.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I feel the shit. Like anybody who record with me, they know I just be like sitting there, like I might be writing shit, but
Yeah, I think that's in sync and in line
Jazz
with
way.
like
You know,
the DMP.
Biggie said he studied Miles Davis to put out Notorious.
yeah, Biggie, that's one of my favorite. I had a dream one time on March, like whatever day that Biggie died.
Yeah.
It was me and him rapping together in the pitch black darkness. And
Damn, it sounds
I didn't even
intense.
know it was the day that he died. I was in Chicago at the time, and he was rapping. And then like I'm in a dream and shit. I'm like, all right, it's my turn to go. So then I cut him off, like you know how like a
Like a Cypher.
yeah. So then he let me go, and then I rap, and then he went, and then I just went again. But it's like he let me go knowing because I wanted to rap so good and shit. But it was just pitch black darkness. It was just me and him. And I woke up that day, and then I got on Twitter, and everybody was saying "Rest in peace, Big." I'm like, what the fuck? So you know,
Stamped.
yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I'm glad that this is a place I can first
Yeah.
share that. I hope that I can honor that legacy, and I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Hell yeah.
Man, thanks for coming, man. You
Appreciate
keep rapping
you,
like
brother.
jazz. The best rapper in DC, right?
Best rapper in DC or best trapper in DC?
Best rapper.
Because you know
For the
it
camera.
kind of says you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know sometimes.
Yeah.
It's funny because I look at it and I'm just like, okay, but that's me in a nutshell. Like,
That's his IG.
It's like,
That's what it
am
says.
I
It's
like
best
am I what
rapper in
people think
DC.
I am or whatever? Like it's just
Yeah.
like that's my path.
Am I what people think I am?
Marty Heemcherry.
Listening to it with some philosophy, man. Go ahead.
Well, shit, and I mean that's last interview. Shit, I appreciate everyone coming out. I appreciate BeMo for giving me space for this whole platform. And honestly, like this whole community that's coming out to live events, that's listening to music, that's listening to podcasts, that's watching anything, sharing, liking. That's the fuel for this whole thing. Art, music, you know, like I feel like the people who are, you know, like the artists, that's the fire. But at the end of the day, that fuel is the most important thing. So I really appreciate everyone breaking up that crabs in a barrel mentality. That's really important. Malik Dope.
Can I snap this party?
Of course.
So I'm gonna tie it back into the interview. You asked me about the Jim Henson thing. I'm performing July 8th at Songbird, opening up for Bucky Malone.
Okay.
I want to take my stage thing to another level. I'm into like Cab Calloway,
Me too.
all
actually.
that type of shit.
The Nicholas Brothers.
So when I'm looking at Jim Henson and how he does the design in the background, conceptually, I feel like I want, when people are watching me, it to feel like something more than a rapper on stage asking them to like participate.
Yeah.
So July 8th, I'm trying to take it there. The Jim
I'm
Henson
looking
way.
forward to it, man. I've seen that trend a lot. A lot of MCs are elevating their stage performance to look more like theatrical performance rather than just a traditional rap performance. And the same thing happened with Jay-Z when he started going out to the stage alone instead of 40 niggas mobbing on the stage. This evolution is necessary. And I can just tell by how you dressed. It's going to be amazing.
I appreciate you and everything you've done, and you too, Alex. And
Yeah, man.
Hey, appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on board and for giving
My
us the
man.
space.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for listening, y'all. If you get a chance to subscribe, like, download, and follow, we really appreciate it. You can find us on Instagram at the ReUp ODCAST. You can also find us on Patreon for exclusive content. New episodes every other Thursday. Thanks for your trust. Appreciate y'all.